Sanford TV and Existential Limited bring you the NFHS Game of the Week. Brought to you by First Bank, neighbors you can count on. And by Classic Nissan of Sanford.
Following that game.
Strong defensive line, strong offensive line, able to move the ball, reset the line of scrimmage. Quarterback cut by committee usually means you don't really have a quarterback at this point.
Big play there by Lee County. Slashing in to make the stop there, Tyler Bouchier. And went from 2nd and 2 to 3rd and 7.
We talked about after week 1, Chris, that this Overhills team coming out against Southern Lee did not look fantastic. The kind of consensus conference favorite for the year, Hornet Central, Overhills had week 2, ended up winning that ball game 34-19, so a pretty decisive win, looking like Overhills might have righted the ship after week 1.
I didn't do the math myself, and it might be a little overstated, but I was told that on 3rd down, 95% of the time Overhills is going to throw the ball. Here they're trying here. There's a hold, and almost picked off. Now you got an interesting question. Do you back them up 10 or do you give them a chance to go for it here on 4th down? Because I don't think they're going to punt from the 43. What do you do, Coach?
You back them up, make them replay 3rd down. That almost interception was attempted by number 19, Dylan Jones, a junior defensive back for the Yellow Jackets. Looks like he had it in his hands and he was trying to keep his feet in as he was hitting the sideline. Couldn't quite reel it in.
They're going to decline, and I'd be surprised if Overhills. No, they are going to send the punt team out. All right, playing it close to the vest. And I guess given Lee County struggles on offense, they don't want to do them any favors. They look to pin them back deep. No return man back for Lee County. They're not buying this punt here.
Lee County, to date so far, has not really been able to sustain a drive against a first-string defense. They did a couple against Apex Friendship last week, but again, that was after some substitutions.
Good punt. A little bit of backspin, just like a Nathan Cochran gap wedge.
Golly.
Ball be dead at the 17, call it the 18, and Lee County will take back over. Overhills with a little bit more success on their first drive than Lee County had. Lee County still looking for their first down, 8:23 to go in the first quarter.
If I'm Overhills, after looking at that first drive, you take out the holding penalty, they were moving the ball pretty well. I'd expect to see a heavy dose of Sprodlin back again at the next series.
Poole and Baldwin in the backfield. Lee County with those big wide splits on the offensive line. You'll have to do some analysis on that at some point. Lincoln Smith in motion. Poole going to call his own number. Takes off, moving laterally. He's going to be short of the line of scrimmage. Loses 2 on the play. Is that by design or was that a
That was a high
alert?
That was a high snap. That was going to be a dive play to Baldwin. Baldwin went ahead and progressed through the mesh point with a high snap. That you can't make your mesh point that quickly. So Poole decided to keep it and try to find some green grass. Ended up losing about 2 on the play.
All right, we'll get our first look at Damian Prosser, second leading rusher for Lee County. Neither of these two backs put up huge numbers, and I know that the intent coming into the season was to have 3 or 4 guys rotate through there. Hadn't really happened up to this point.
Lee County not in any rush here. I'm not seeing a play clock tonight. 7:27 left to go, and we have...
You said you didn't see a play clock. We got motion or delay game? I didn't see anybody jumping into the zone. I saw a lot of lateral movement on the shift, but Lee County will take it 5 yards, going the right direction, bring up second and about 7.
Lee County coming out in a doubles formation, going left to right, tight on the bottom of your screen, the short side of the field. Here comes your tunnel to number 17. He's got the first down. Going to be brought down at the 45-yard line. That's Javante Randall on the tunnel screen there. Something Lee County has become known for throughout the region, for enjoying the tunnel screen.
They do enjoy their screens. and Russell maybe, or Randall rather, maybe he becomes the guy. Not really a clear number one in the receiver room coming out of camp. I don't know that they've done enough to figure out who the go-to guy is yet, but this is a team that for the last 10 years has had a legit number one, sometimes a 1 and 1A receiver. This is an inexperienced group, relatively speaking, and still trying to find their way a little bit. I know in the summertime, that was one of the position groups that had a lot of attention from the coaching staff as they tried to figure out what exactly they had, and I'm not sure that room has quite taken shape and become what it's going to ultimately be yet.
Javante Daniel is leading the team on reception yards for the year. He's also leading on kick return yards. So I think Randall has the most explosive potential out of that group.
All right, Poole on second down. Drops, looking down the field. Now he's going to tuck and run. Now shuffles it out to Randall. Randall, good second effort. Needed 8, got about 11, and that is a Lee County first down.
Brought to you by the Lambert Stone Law Firm for all of your legal needs.
All right, Lee County now out near midfield as clock ticks inside 6 minutes. Still scoreless here in Spring Lake. Overhills is an interesting school to me, Nathan, always has been. It's sort of the intersection between, rural locals and the military intersecting here, and it's just an interesting dynamic. And good running there. Be near a first down, maybe just short there, B.J. Baldwin. I'm going to mark him about a yard short, 2nd and 1 coming up.
Yeah, I remember when Overhills was first built, we were playing, we used to come out here when there was no grass on this field. It was nothing but dirt and play. School has really grown, though. This whole area has really, really picked up, really grown. A lot of it, I would imagine, is due to the growth of Fort Bragg or Fort Liberty, whichever one it is at the moment.
Back to Fort Bragg now.
Is it back to Fort Bragg?
It's my understanding. Baldwin again, good hard running. He'll only get a couple.
Good open field tackle there by number 33, Aaron Frink.
Get used to saying his name. He's going to be around the ball all night, folks.
Him and number 23, Jermaine Griffin, are the two kind of stud linebackers for the Jaguars. Griffin comes in fast. Fink seems to make every open field tackle, but I tell you, I love the speed that Griffin brings coming in through that A-gap.
Well, Frank, they list him at 6'1", 208, only a sophomore.
And there's going to be 5 more for the Yellow Jackets.
It's the second time Overhills is encroached.
Lee County sustaining a nice little drive here. 4:19 left to go here in the first quarter. Still 0-0. Overhills had a pretty good drive that was stalled by a holding penalty. Lee County on their second drive having a pretty good little push here. Interesting to see where this goes. 2nd and 4. You were definitely in 4-down territory. I'd take a shot here on 2nd down if I was Lee County.
Let's be fair on that opening drive. Tyler Bouchier flashing into the backfield, tackle for loss had as much to do with it as the holding call.
That's all right. I'll give you that one.
Poole fakes. Now looking down the field. Nothing. And we'll step up in the pocket. Not quite back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, that's close. Is that a sack or is it not a sack? I think they're going to give him about a foot's gain there, so I mean, no sack. Nope. They moved the sticks back at just enough. Nope. Now they moved him back. I don't know.
It may or may not have been a TFL. If his parents are watching at home, we'll count it as a TFL for him. Why not? Brings up 3rd and 4 here for the Yellow Jackets. If that had been taken a little bit farther back, that's what you would have called a coverage sack. Jaguars doing a great job in their cover 3 back there, keeping all of the Yellow Jackets.
Toss it out there. Boy, that's a throwback play right there, buddy. Got that toss out there to the left. For years, that was the staple of this Lee County offense. We see it for the first time tonight. And around the left side, Baldwin gets the first down. Lee County on the move.
.3:15 going. Both schools not incredibly inclined to throw the ball. This first quarter's going here quick. Poole talking to Baldwin. We got trips on the right side of the bottom of your screen.
That is actually checking into the backfield. Number 23, Zach Williams, getting his first look tonight. And high snap again. Williams, good job of holding up. He'll get a couple yards. Positive gain down close to the Legacy Home Builders red zone.
Lee County needs to get this snap under control. That's about the 5th or 6th snap in a row that has been very high. Poole's having to leave his feet. And Poole is not a short player. He's coming in at 6'3" according to the roster. I believe he's every bit of that, if not more. So if it's a high snap, he's having to leave his feet and jump for it. It is high.
Yeah, he's not a side-eye 6'3". All right, Poole on second down. Anticipated a high snap. It came in there good, and he's got Lincoln Smith down inside the 10. They'll mark him out at the 7, and that is a Lee County first down. Deep inside Overhills territory.
Lee County going to have first and goal here from the 7.
I got to tell you, Nate.
Tell me something.
The play mix here is unlike what I've been accustomed to seeing from Lee County the last couple of years.
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying. They're swinging the ball out wide. They got a couple of different run plays. I don't feel like I've seen a whole lot of repetition.
Keeping the Jaguar defense guessing.
Oh, really high snap. Poole does a good job of hauling it in, and down inside the 5, Baldwin will be stopped. Marking at the 2-yard line, second and goal from the 2.
Poole doing a good job wrangling that in, handing it off, making sure to Zach Williams, making sure he was, oh, nope, that's Baldwin, I apologize. Baldwin doing a good job of holding up and still getting that mesh point from Poole after him leaving his feet. Double Poole play there for the Yellow Jackets, both backside guard and tackle Poole to create that hole.
All right, Lee County, a minute and a half to go in the first quarter, looking to cash in. Way up there again, and they've got to get this snap under control. That's going to manifest itself at the worst of times. One's going to be 6 inches higher, and it's going to be back 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage. All right, third and goal from 4 after the loss. Baldwin still in there at tailback.
Sophomore center here for the Yellow Jackets. Look like Brock Fonner coming in at 5'8", 225 pounds. A little bit of nerves might be getting to the sophomore.
There's a good one. And Baldwin around the left side, but runs into a gang of Jaguars. It's going to be stopped for no gain. Fourth and goal coming up. And decision time, Coach. What do you do?
Well, we know Burrell can make it from here. We've seen him make much farther. So I would take points, and it looks like that's what they're going to attempt here. We've got 27 seconds and counting here on the game clock. I would imagine they're going to let this run out. We're going to go to the end of the first quarter and then start the beginning of the second quarter with a kick, but we'll see.
Well, this is one of those where, if the wind were a factor, you might play the clock one way or the other, but not much of a breeze. It's just hot tonight.
It's just hot. Snap it.
They're going to go ahead and kick it. Burrell up good, and Lee County is up 3-0 on the road at Spring Lake here at Overhills High School. That's a good start.
That's a good start for the Yellow Jackets.
Lee County fans. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the kickoff and the opening of the second quarter. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week.
An hour ago, Theo airballed the game-winning shot. But at Zaxby's, he's dunking all over these fools. Zax sauce, bang. Tongue torch, boom. Hot honey mustard. My man's putting on a clinic.
Welcome to Dunk City.
And one, baby.
Thanks, baby. Dude. Babe, dude.
Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
All right, Nathan, so you got to be a little disappointed if you're a Jacket fan that you didn't punch in from the 2. Stoned on 2 consecutive runs. Points, though.
Points are points. Give you the lead. Getting out to a start where you're starting the game ahead instead of 2 or 3 touchdowns behind has been Lee County's trend so far this year. So therefore, that's a great start for Lee County. Also, we talked a little bit off air. Lee County doing a great job of controlling the clock and game management. You hear professional coaches, specifically Bill Belichick, who's now obviously at Chapel Hill.
How's that going?
Not fantastic. Talk about clock management, talk about controlling the game and the time of possession. Lee County there putting together a good drive all the way down from their 12-yard line, I believe it was.
Well, and I got to say, Overhills, maybe the numbers don't tell the tale. This is a team through 2 weeks put up 72 points.
That is correct.
I don't know if this is 36-point-a-night offense. So Lee County, it has to fancy their chances on defense to be able to slow them down a little bit. I would suspect they don't think they're going to give up 36 tonight. I don't know if they think they can shut them out. 3's not going to be enough, I wouldn't suspect.
No.
But it is also a certain level of moral victory because if I'm not mistaken, that would be the first time Lee County has had a lead this year.
That is 100% true.
All right, at quarterback for Overhills, there's the hand and stuffed after a short gain. In at quarterback, I told you they would rotate them.
While we're looking at
Cyrus Fielding, I'm sorry.
Damian Bradlin on the carry there, got a gain of about 3. Bring up 2nd and 7 here for the Jaguars.
Neither of these teams running their offense with a great deal of urgency. That was a great play to stop that as Cody Graham came flashing around the left side. And a short gain will bring up 3rd and about 7.
Fielding getting the play call in from the offensive coordinator there on the sideline.
Well, and I told you the number I was given was 95% is how often Overhills passes on 3rd.
Well, I would imagine 3rd and 7 would be no different here. Got
Fielding with 2 backs in the backfield. Drops, looking, pressure coming up the middle, and nobody's wrapped him up yet, and he gives up ground. Now he's cutting back, and the defense finally swarms to him, and he is brought down by a swarm of Yellow Jackets. And it'll be 4th and 4, and it looks like the punt team will be back out for Overhills.
Chris, it just crossed into my mind, what do you call a group of Jaguars? I know Jaguars are inherently kind of solo animals. Is it you call a prod of lions?
Well, you and Jerry have a tendency to ask that question, and I tell Jerry the same thing all the time. You don't ask a question you don't know the answer to, but we will look it up and figure out what a group of Jaguars is called. I'm sure it's something cool. And I'm sure as soon as I see it, I'll be like, oh, yeah, we did that the last time we were here.
Yeah, we talked about that week 1. Did you listen to the broadcast last week?
No, sir.
Oh, man.
Last week was kind of wild. Low snap, pressure coming, don't quite get home. That hangs up, bounce at about the 41, and take a lateral bounce where it'll be downed, and Lee County will take over with good field position.
A group of Jaguars is called a prowl or a leap, but it is very rare.
Did know the leap, a leap of Jaguars. We gotta work that in at some point.
Oh, don't worry, we'll do that.
If you're a Lee County fan, you'll hope that Brandon Baldwin's run into the end zone pursued by a leap of Jaguars.
Lee County pull back. Looks like Baldwin's in the backfield. Doubles formation, 2 wide receivers on both sides of the ball.
Pull fakes to the left, now turns right, throws the screen. There's Randall. Randall's a big, long athlete, but he's got a little bit of make you miss, doesn't he?
He does. He's just a little bit shifty. The Jaguars doing a good job of keeping him from breaking. I don't think he would have taken that all the way to the house. He was wrapped up by 2 linebackers at the same time with your safeties over top. But great open field tackle there by the Jaguars.
Got about 1.5 yards left to convert here as they cross midfield.
Lee County back in their base offense, the doubles formation. Baldwin in the backfield.
Fakes. Now he's looking down the left sideline. Hangs it up there, and a great play to get a hand in late. Looking for Rodney Tucker, and on the coverage was number 13 for Overhills, Michael Aduse Anim. Aduse Anam, apparently, per the PA announcer, who would know better than me.
Great defensive play by Michael.
Well, and a good look there from Poole to identify he had man coverage out there, and why not hang it up? All right, 3rd and a yard.
Put together some crossing routes here, Lee County.
All right, they're going to try that screen again.
And there it is.
Overhill said, we've seen that one too many times, sir, and they'll lose a couple, and that maybe changes your thought process for your Lee County, although the offense may be staying on the field. A little hesitation. And 4th and 3. Do you actually run a play here, or do you try to draw them offside for a 3rd time?
Try to draw them offsides. Great open field tackle there by number 10, senior cornerback Israel Daniel. Good open field tackle, good read. Nope, they're going to just try to draw them offsides.
Well, and I tell you what, if you look at Poole with that dramatic step forward and head bob, on the wrong night, an officiating crew might call a false start on that. And looks like you were right, unless Lee County, who knows, they're calling the offense over to talk to him. I think they're going to run a play here, Nate. Not sure I like the strategy, but I don't get paid to like it or dislike it.
No, I think this might be a decoy here. I think we might see the punt team
Run out late?
run out late.
Well, Overhills, it's one of those schools that you talk about, man, always athletes, explosive athletes, kind of like Southern Lee, where they aren't always necessarily the biggest team, the strongest team, although this is a pretty good-sized squad. They always have explosive guys that in the right situation in a broken field play can gash you, and you might be right. Maybe Lee County's going to run the punt team out late just to mess with the return setup.
And there
Southern,
it is.
there you go. And Southern Lee found out the hard way as they had a field goal returned against them for about 95 yards in week 1 by Overhills. That's a punter set up at about the 35. Good snap. And there's the punt. It's away. It's a high hanging kick over to the left side. Nobody there. And a pretty good roll there. Set Overhills up at about the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 going the other way. Man, this game is flying by.
8 minutes left to go here in the first half.
And we are 25 minutes into clock time. I mean, that's pretty impressive. We're in 16 minutes of game clock in 25 minutes.
Jaguars coming out on their 3rd possession, hoping to put points up.
All right, always a question as to which of the quarterbacks going to lead them out. Fielding will come back out for this series.
Overhills, if I remember from week 1, not a great field goal team, so I'd imagine they're going for 6 here. I don't know if we'll see an attempted field goal tonight. I don't remember them having a kicker week 1. Do you?
I don't.
Bless you.
Goodness. I don't recall them trying a kick.
Good flats pass out there to the Jaguars. He will fight his way up. Number 4, Darren Rogers, will fight his way up for a gain of 4 there.
Now, the other thing, Nathan, and I'm looking at the bench, in week 1, we saw a rotation of Fielding and Gabriel Valenzuela Sherman, who we coined GVS. I don't see number 9 on the sideline. Nope, there he is. I see him now. And there's the snap is bad. Ball is out. Fielding falls on it. And one of those jackets is going to be credited with a sack there after the bad snap. That'll back Overhills all the way back up to the 15, 3rd and about 17 coming up here. And Overhills, even in the passing game, not a team that gets vertical a whole lot. So they'll be looking to get the ball to somebody quickly and have somebody make a play, I would imagine. Blitz coming up the middle. That's what they do. They get it out in the flat, and good pursuit by the Jackets. And ball carrier's forced out of bounds on the reception. That looked like Malachi Allen, number 11, who's listed as a linebacker. Kind of built like a linebacker, but doing duty as a receiver there. In Overhills, nothing going on offense. We'll punt it away again. All right, 6:12 to go and counting. Lee County backing out. Looks like they're going to try and set up a return here.
Something we haven't seen from Lee County.
That's
like,
a
good booming
It's
kick.
a laser out of there. Doesn't get much of a bounce out of it. It'll roll dead at the 32.
Good kick there from the Jaguars, though, really flipping the field.
About 52 on the kick, if I'm not mistaken. And 48 or so of that was in the air.
That was number 87 on the kick. We apologize. We don't have a number for him on the roster. But great kick from that young man. Good tight spiral on it.
Sean Lackey.
You have Sean.
You must have an old roster.
I printed it today.
Well. All right, Lee County, 1st and 10, 5.5 to go. In a perfect world, if you're a Jacket fan, you drive this thing down and punch it in just like they did the first time when they kicked the field goal with no time left in the quarter. Poole brings man in motion. Takes snap, hands up the middle, and tripping and stumbling forward is Damian Prosser on the carry. Short gain. Give him one, maybe. Yeah, they can give him about a yard. Never really got going there.
Now, in week one, we talked about how big and how fast this defensive line for the Jaguars are. Tonight, we're seeing a pretty good battle from the Lee County front five and the Jaguars down 4 there. Doing a good job both sides.
I am impressed. I am impressed with the job of the interior line so far. We saw the helmet come off of number 33, Frank, several times in week one. Whatever that equipment issue hadn't been rectified quite yet.
As my father would have said, it's that head full of hair pushing the helmet off.
He does have an impressive mane. All right, 3rd and 7.
Doubles formation here for Lee County again.
4 minutes and change left. Clock running, and that came quick. And Poole with a good job of getting it out of there. Gets dunked by a guy that you mentioned earlier, number 23, Jermaine Griffin. He came quick.
Pass attempt there for number 15, Destry Smith working. Looked like he was working about an 8-yard out there. Just overthrown by Poole, who you spoke earlier, had to get it out super quick.
Buddy, how would you like to have that duo of
We got a flag back, though. Looks like Lee County has it, but I have a feeling this one's going to come back. I don't think everyone
of
was
that
set.
flag. Boy, that's a gut punch if that comes off the board. As it stands, it looks like it'll be Lee County ball. Nope, it looks like it's going to be against the Jags. Nope, illegal shift against Lee County, and they'll try it again like it never happened. But Griffin and Frank at the middle of this Jaguar defense, man, that's a dynamic group of or duo of linebackers. Both those young men can play.
Yeah, I don't think there's many high schools in the state of North Carolina that wouldn't like to have both those young men on their roster. They have good form tackling. They are quick to the ball. They seem to read it well, coming through the line of scrimmage. Number 13, Anin.
All right, if you're Lee County here, don't out-kick your coverage. All right, that's a good high kick. Should be coverable, and it is. And down at the 34, 33-yard line is the return man after about a yard on the return. And Overhills will look to get some momentum here on offense. A first down, and they look good for a moment on that first drive and really haven't done anything to get in their own way since then.
4:12 left here to go in the second quarter. I would imagine Overhills is going to run a heavy dose, try to work this ball down the field methodically, try to punch it in with not much time left. Remember, for all of our fans at home, though, the Jaguars do receive the kickoff after halftime.
Yeah, just like I said at the beginning of Lee County's drive, the goal here, if you're the Jags, walk that thing down there and leave no time left for Lee County to answer. They get a 2-for-1 here. And a big run up the middle. Number 4, Deron Rogers, punishing run, has nearly 20. We'll call it 21 on the carry.
Rogers breaking through 3 attempts at a knockdown there from the
Rogers weighing
Yellow
in,
Jackets.
laying in at an optimistic 155, running like he's 225.
That's what happens when you don't wrap up and drive your feet.
All right, clock inside 4 minutes. Fielding hands to him again. Rogers this time gets moving laterally and evades a tackler, evades another, and is taken down. Make sure that there was a Jaguar they got rolled up on. Oh, to be young and flexible, buddy. If I got rolled up on like that, I'd be out for 18 months.
The finishing tackler on that was number 50, D'Angelo Prince. D-Lo, as Jerry likes to call him. D-Lo Prince there as the finishing tackle, coming in strong and hard. And I tell you, that's a big young man. If I'm sitting there standing still and that young man comes in and plows into me, I don't think I have much of a chance at this point in my time in my life.
Nope.
Handoff is to Spradlin again. He's going to be wrapped up after a gain of about 7. That'll be another Jaguar first down.
You're talking about D'Angelo Prince. D'Angelo is senior, 5'10", 315. His younger brother, Daniel, also on that defensive line, 5'11", 250. And I tell you, next year when Daniel embarks on the rest of his life after finishing up high school football, it will definitely be the end of an era, as those Prince boys have done a lot of work here for these Jackets. All right, first down carries about 3, second down coming up, clock 2:45, continues to run. No urgency yet from Overhills.
Plenty of time left for the 2nd and 5 here.
All right, fielding back to pass, has time, now airs it out, and thought it might be picked. On the back end there, number 23 for Lee County had the coverage.
Zach Williams, junior defensive back.
We saw him in the run game a little while ago doing double duty tonight.
Zach Williams doing a good job of reading that ball and going up, trying to catch it at the high point. I think the Jaguars receiver there played more defense and offense, trying to knock it out of Williams' hands.
All right, 3rd and 6. Got to imagine this is 4-down territory here.
Absolutely.
Started the clock back. That's interesting.
And
yeah, let's reset the clock here, I think is what the official is going to say. I think we're somewhere north of 2 minutes. Well, they didn't reset the clock. They're just going to wind it from where it's at. 1:52 to go. Fielding on 3rd down. Fakes. And now dumps it over. Ball was close to hitting the ground, but it looks like the receiver kept it up. There's a flag comes in. And while he springs out of there, I think this is coming back. Number 15, Clarence Tiwia.
Fielding is signaling to his coach that it's coming back.
Well, yeah, Fielding never moved, so that's a pretty good indicator.
I think that one's pretty obvious. Definitely keep it on.
You could have an ineligible man downfield. You could have take your pick there, because whomever was playing the left tackle over there had a death grip on the Lee County pass rusher coming off the edge there, number 40. Daniel Prince, who I just talked about a little while ago. He had him wrapped up pretty good. But ineligible man downfield, everybody's favorite penalty. We'll back it up and make it 3rd and 11. And maybe, I don't know, Nate, what do you think? Maybe changes the thinking as to whether this is 4-down territory. Maybe it changes your play call a little bit.
1:38 left. Nah. Still in
Fair
2-down territory. Running the clock here. Head coach Steve Bordeaux letting the White Hat know very adamantly that that clock needed to run. Lee County bull rushes the offensive line of the Jaguars.
Uh-oh. Boy, I tell you what, Fielding cut it back, and he saw Prince coming and cut it upfield quickly.
He said, "No, sir, I don't want anything to do with that."
Oh, Prince had a beat on him, boy. If he hadn't got his head spun around there, Fielding would have got lit up pretty well. All right, clock down, ticking down toward a minute. Lee County not using a timeout. They have a full complement of 3 left. Nope, I take that back. They have 2 left. And they're going to let this run. Jaguars not in any hurry. If they don't convert here, they don't want to leave a whole lot of clock left. 4th and 11. And I don't think they're playing possum here. I think they're just going for it. All right. And now somebody's got a timeout here. And it's going to be
Overhills.
Overhills with the timeout. They ran just about all the play clock. Got it down to 40 seconds, and they still have 2 in their bag, I believe. So,
Trick play time.
you know, if you got one in your bag, why not?
Coming out of the timeout, 40 seconds left to go.
Why not?
Hook and ladder, here we go.
Oh, wow. Maybe too early for that.
Too early for the hook and
Maybe.
ladder? Oh,
No, I mean, you know, when they least expect it, that's the most effective time to do it, right?
Nick Saban onside kicking when, when you're up by 20, when you least expect it.
I seem to recall a fake punt, Pinecrest versus Lee County a couple years ago late, where Pinecrest was up a couple touchdowns.
Coaches were not happy about that, I'm sure.
No, not even a little bit.
Understandable. I've been on both sides of it.
All right, 40 seconds to go, 4th and 11. Ball placed at the 35-yard line. Overhill's trying to get points before the half. Lee County looking to complete the shutout here in the first half.
Lee County bringing a blitz.
And they throw the screen right behind it, and the ball carrier slips. Now if you're Lee County, get a timeout. Get a timeout. Get a timeout. They got it with 33 seconds to go. 1st and 10. And they will be set up at the 33-yard line. Ryan Coley there on the catch. Feet came out from under him. Talk about this track here. You know, when you got grass that appears to be dormant, what's that mean for the footing, Coach?
Makes it a little bit slicker when that grass is dry and brown like this, which, to be fair, my Bermuda yard is as well. This cold snap sent all my Bermuda into dormancy. Makes it very hard to get your footing when you're planning and trying to turn up quickly.
All right, Poole drops and gets it out quick behind his receiver. Good job of spinning around there to pull that in.
Number 15 on the reception, Destry Smith.
All right, clock will stop to set the chains, but by God, they only stop it for a second. And it looks like Lee County might use their 3rd timeout. Interesting. Oh, no. It was a change of possession after the stoppage. What am I talking about? It's still preseason, folks. I'm sorry. So they still do have a timeout.
Still
in the
have
bag.
one timeout left.
Ball placed at midfield, 1st and 10, 26 ticks left on the clock.
Smith, after he broke the first tackle, saw a group of Jaguars coming towards him, chose to stay inbounds. As a coach, that kind of frustrates you, but you also kind of love it because you want your kid to like contact.
Fight.
You want him to fight.
Sure.
But some football awareness, get out of bounds, get the clock stopped, save a timeout. Nonetheless, 1:26 left to go here.
And
Lee
Destry
County
Smith,
right on the
not a small wide receiver. He brings a load to the
6'2",
to impact.
180. I think 6'2" might be a little bit on the light side of his height as well. A tall young man.
He is.
Lee County in their doubles formation here.
All right, Poole from the gun. And, you know, he does not lack arm talent, so he can get the ball down the field. Throws a crossing route. And it's put down by Rodney Tucker. I don't know that Mr. Tucker had very far to go anyway, so not a great deal of harm, but they lose some game clock there. 9 seconds off. That'll leave them with 17 seconds to go. Might be a little home cooking on this clock here. I don't know. That was a quick 9 seconds. That's all I'm going to say.
Poole back at quarterback. Lee County still in their doubles formation.
Second down, but that's not really an issue. They're going to have to get real yardage. Baldwin now on the carry.
Get out of bounds.
Got
Get
to get out of bounds. Doesn't. Clock will stop, and they got to use that last timeout. Clock never started, so any home cooking that happened before, now they're going to run it down and stop it with 11, 10. Oh, my goodness. All right, they're going to stop the clock with 9 seconds left. Clock didn't start on the snap there. And a field goal here would be 52 yards, so I'm gonna oh my goodness, that was late.
Whoa, what is the flag on?
Wow. That one stings.
Did you ever see what the flag was on? I'd already looked away. I was looking at the clock. I never even saw a flag come out.
I didn't either. But to be fair, yellow flag on brown grass, not the easiest thing to pick up.
That cold snap we had, rough on Bermuda.
Well, I actually am hoping to convert my yard to Bermuda this fall. So here in the next, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks, I think it'll be time to seed it, overseed it, and see what we come out with in the springtime. You got any tips for, somebody trying to go Bermuda?
Once it gets hot, we'll throw the water to it because it loves hot and water every day. A lot of fertilizer.
All right.
Hire a professional. That's what I did.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That was the plan, and they came out to phase 1, and I haven't seen them for phase 2.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. If anybody wants to put a French drain in for me, come on out because I need that too. All right. I have a feeling we're going to see tunnel here.
I think we might see Baldwin.
Yeah, there's Baldwin up the middle and breaks into the second level and will be pulled down. They should have a timeout back, and they do. They're going to get it stopped with 1 second. Wow. Wow.
Coach is on the side.
What just happened?
He's at the hash mark, and
that was very curious.
He is as frustrated as I've seen.
Well, let me tell you what just happened there. So Lee County was trying to get the timeout. The clock should have stopped to reset the chains. The official on the far side signaled to wind that clock before he even had the ball on the ground. The clock did stop with a second left, and then he told him, nope, it was expired before the timeout came in. That was curious. Anyway, I'm excited about this Overhills band at halftime, buddy.
Absolutely. I think we should go to our halftime show, get this thing real quick, then go to the field and watch.
We will knock out the First Bank halftime show. If you want to back up and square up the shot there we are. Hey. I think we're good. All right, the First Bank halftime show. Thank you to First Bank for their sponsorship of the halftime show and everything they do for everybody and everything. Locally owned banks, man. We need more locally owned banks in the world, not fewer. That's my political rant for the day. Nate, if your Lee County can't be disappointed, haven't turned the ball over.
Right.
Got a little bit going on offense. I am interested with the play mix. I commented earlier that they're doing a lot of things. I don't know that they're doing anything great, but I was very, very, very concerned. In fact, I went and saw Jerry yesterday, and we talked about the challenge Lee County was going to face up the middle, protecting.
Yep.
Really have done a pretty good job. There have been some flashes from the linebackers, but the defensive line itself has really been kind of negated, and that's impressive. I was impressed. Jerry confirmed that in week 2 he was, he went back and looked at the footage and said those guys got loose. Lee County keeping them at bay right now, and Overhill's not really able to do much on offense. Maybe we see a change at quarterback, but I don't know necessarily this quarterback play is failing them. Your thoughts?
Coming out, I think the Overhills Jaguars need to really come back and start pounding the ball again. They were having some success with that at times. Few penalties, few tackle for losses. I think we're going to see a heavy dose of the running backs for the Jaguars when we come back out. This offensive line of Lee County coming in, the defensive front from Overhills is what really concerned me.
Yep.
I was very concerned that this was just going to be a slaughter for tackle for losses tonight. But coming into this, the front five of Lee County doing a really good job. Yeah, I won't say that they're resetting the line of scrimmage like I like to talk about so much, but they're not. They're preventing it from becoming reset in the bad way. So right now, I think they're doing a great job. Poole looks more comfortable tonight than we have seen.
Well, he's not scrambling running for his
past.
life either, so that's a good start. But yeah, he looks good. He's delivered the ball. Had a couple drop passes, but he's delivering the ball well. There's never been any question about Aiden Poole's arm talent.
Right.
And now that the offense seems to be settling, gelling a little bit, I got to be honest with you, in terms of a front four and a front seven on defense, this might be the toughest test they're going to face this year, and thus far they're looking pretty good. I am interested to see as we go on, who it is that sort of percolates to the top of that receiver group for Lee County. Running backs all looking good so far. Just hadn't translated a whole lot of points. 3-0 is an interesting scoreline. I don't think anybody would have predicted. So we're good. I will make one observation. Steve Bordeaux has now been on the job for a long time here at Lee County, and he is of the mind, if you can't stop it, I'll just keep doing the same thing.
That's right.
I think Overhills could take a page out of his book because in the run game, they've been effective, and they've sort of stopped their own momentum, insisting on trying to throw the ball. And if I was Overhills, I'd just come run it until you stop it.
That's right. That's what I would do.
We'll see. All right, this has been the First Bank Halftime Show. We'll be back with halftime action in about 11 and a half minutes. Nate, any closing words?
Looking forward to the second half. Thank you for all of our viewers for chiming in, and thank you to First Bank for your sponsorship and your continued community support.
All right, we'll see you on the other side.
We love Camelback because of the loaded nachos here and the burgers.
I'm here at Camelback Brewing, and they have some of my favorite food in Sanford. The buffalo chicken dip is a must-get along with the onion rings. The staff is fantastic, and the people are always great. It's a good time here.
Camelback, for all you do, this stud's for you.
Passion, experience, diligence. From our headquarters in Sanford, we proudly serve clients throughout the Sandhills and across central North Carolina. Our seasoned attorneys are prepared to defend you against charges ranging from traffic violations and DWI to serious felonies. We employ a meticulous approach to ensure your rights are protected at every stage. Navigating family disputes requires sensitivity and expertise. We assist with divorce proceedings, child custody arrangements, and support issues, striving for resolutions that prioritize your family's well-being. Our firm offers a wide range of legal services beyond criminal and family law. Whether you need assistance with estate planning, contract disputes, or other legal matters, our knowledgeable team is here to provide reliable guidance and representation. Call us at 984-977-8390 or visit our website, deepriverlawyers.com.
Here at JB Auto Sales, we do repair car, we do collision, we do alignment, brakes, and this is the good thing about JB. If the car won't run, we pick it up for free with a tow truck, free charge. We bring it to the shop, we let you know what's wrong with it before we even charge you for a diagnostic on it. We located at 102 Cortland Drive, Sanford, North Carolina, and the phone number is 919-842-7598.
Encuentra el vestido de tus sueños en Mine and Yours Bridal. Vestidos de novia, quinceañera y formales con tallas exclusivas para todos los cuerpos. También tenemos trajes para ellos, además de joyas, tiaras y accesorios que completan tu look perfecto. Llámanos al 919-775-2828 o visítanos en 201 North Steel Street, Downtown Sanford. Tu ocasión especial comienza aquí.
Hello, my name is Johnny Whiteside. I own Kendall Pawn Shop in the Kendall area of Sanford. We've been in business for 45 years now this year. We haven't been in business that long by not taking care of customers. We sell all kinds of firearms, electronics, tools of every kind you can imagine.
Hi, my name is Jose, and I'm the manager here at La Cumplidora grocery store in Sanford. Here at La Cumplidora, we have a large variety of Mexican and Latin American products. We have a large butcher shop with different types of cuts of meat. We have a deli where you can get your traditional Mexican food, a bakery where you can get your pastries. We have piñatas, hot sauces, all the ingredients you might need to create your dishes. We just want to say thank you, and I hope you stop by.
Good morning. I'm with the Sanford and Broadway Piggly Wiggly here, and at the Sanford store it's undergone humongous renovations. We have a full-service salad bar, wing bar, breakfast counter, and dinner counter. We're also about to be doing a dairy bar, including ice cream, shaved ice, and milkshake.
Why we like shopping at Looking for Linda. Find great buys here.
Great accessories, great prices. They're very helpful, but not overly. They don't stand on top of you, but they help you put together outfits and make it a fun experience. So that's why we like being here.
We do.
I'm Rebecca Salmon with.
And I'm Brad Salmon, and we just had dinner at Valente's, and it was absolutely wonderful.
Hey Sanford, I'm at Valente's, and I had a wonderful meal. Veal Marcellus.
Hello. I had a great dinner with my family. I had a Greek salad with chicken, and it was great, and also a cauliflower pizza.
An hour ago, Theo airballed the game-winning shot. But at Zaxby's, he's dunking all over these fools. Zax sauce, bang. Tongue torch, boom. Hot honey mustard. My man's putting on a clinic.
Welcome to Dunk City.
And one, baby.
Thanks, baby. Dude. Babe, dude.
Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
There are two types of people in this world. Those who got the sauce and those who need a little help finding it. Now you're probably thinking, how do I get this sauce? Well, see, I got my sauce. You got your sauce. Maybe it's sweet, maybe it's spicy. Maybe it's 12 different flavors all tossed together. But you know it when you see it. So the question is, who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's. Zaxby's got the sauce.
I don't think he was talking to you.
Oh.
Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
Find your dream bridal gown at Mine and Yours Bridal. We offer stunning quinceañera gowns and beautiful formal dresses with inclusive curvy sizing. Don't forget the guys. Tuxedos and suits are available for rent or purchase, plus jewelry, tiaras, and other accessories to add the perfect finishing touch to your look. Call us at 919-775-2828, or better yet, visit us at 201 North Still Street in downtown Sanford. Your special occasion starts here.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. My name is Rich Trogdon, and we are First Bank.
All you do is win, 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 no matter what. We got you on our mind, we can never get enough. Every time you step into our building, everybody's hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. All you do is win, win, win. Put your hands in the air when you go there.
Visit us@sanford.com or call 1-855-461-9595. Classic Nissan Sanford.
Here in JB Auto Sales, we do repair car, we do collision, we do alignment, brakes, and this is the good thing about JB. If the car won't run, we pick it up for free with a tow truck free charge. We bring it to the shop. We let you know what's wrong with it before we even charge you for a diagnostic on it. We located at 102 Cortland Drive, Sanford, North Carolina, and the phone number is 919-842-7598.
Passion, experience, diligence. From our headquarters in Sanford, we proudly serve clients throughout the Sandhills and across central North Carolina. Our seasoned attorneys are prepared to defend you against charges ranging from traffic violations and DWI to serious felonies. We employ a meticulous approach to ensure your rights are protected at every stage. Navigating family disputes requires sensitivity and expertise. We assist with divorce proceedings, child custody arrangements, and support issues, striving for resolutions that prioritize your family's well-being. Our firm offers a wide range of legal services beyond criminal and family law. Whether you need assistance with estate planning, contract disputes, or other legal matters, our knowledgeable team is here to provide reliable guidance and representation. Call us at 984-977-8390 or visit our website, deepriverlawyers.com.
The high spinner short kick, and uh-oh! All right, saving tackle there by Khalil Hancock as Jaden Goldwire almost took that to the house. Instead, he'll just set Overhills up a great field position.
That's what you have to do if you're Overhills, and you're going to get those little squib kicks that Lee County likes so much. You've got to be able to return those and break that fast. Lee County not doing a great job of getting down there and swarming to that ball. That's kind of a mad rush in that situation, and Overhills came out on head.
Well, and I love the strategy, always have, but when you get somebody who is nifty enough to get hands on the ball and bring it back towards you, not really accustomed to covering it like that, because generally you're going to get somebody who's going to, take the ball to the ground or the ball's loose. But when you pick it up clean and get going the other way, sometimes you can do damage, and Goldwire did. There's the hand on first down, and big penetration by Daniel Prince, and a tackle for loss. It'll be a loss of 3, call it 4 on the play. Second and long coming up.
Number 15 on the carry, Clarence Tawia. Looks like he was making his first carry of the night for the Jaguars. Prince coming up big on that one. He hit that quick.
He did.
Brings up 2nd and 14 here for the Jaguars. Fielding back, drops the snap.
Yeah, steps up, good job of picking his way through traffic. And Prince with the lunge stops what could have been a really big gain. Instead, it'll be 3rd and about 7 coming up here. Good effort there by Prince. That's a big man to be chasing that down.
The young man has a motor. I feel like that's a requirement to be a Prince son.
It really is. And I talked about it. Gabriel Valenzuela Sherman, I think, making his first appearance tonight. He takes over the duties at quarterback. Week 1, we saw him rotate pretty much every series. A little bit different look here. All right, GVS drops and gets wrapped up and he's going down. And the sack started with Prince and ended
number 61, Elijah Belk.
Belk gets in the book, 5'9", 233, the senior making a splash play, and it'll be the punt team coming on for Overhills. Great kick last time we saw him on the field.
Back for the Yellow Jackets, number 4, Cody Graham, the linebacker and wide receiver.
And I'm trying to get some scores from across the state, not having a whole lot of success. Oh, here they come in. Smithfield Selma up on Harnett Central, 10-3 in the second quarter.
Triple S.
And that is a knuckleball and takes a left turn, be spotted at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for Lee County going the other way. Middle Creek down to Garner, 21-7. Pinecrest behind in the second quarter, trailing Davie County 10-7.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, Pinecrest not out to a great start. They come in at 1-1.
And struggled against Union Pines.
Yes,
Barely
they
squeaked by the
did.
Union Pines Vikings.
More local scores. Princeton up 14-13 at home against Seaforth. Southern Lee, Apex Friendship, maybe a little bit better than we thought, buddy. 34-7, Friendship's up on Southern in the second quarter. And I tell you what, Southern can get overmatched, but that defense is always going to play downhill. If they've given up 34 points in the second quarter, Friendship is doing work.
That Apex Friendship squad is strong. We got to watch them last week against Lee County, and that is a good football program. Good team this year. So,
all right, Western Harnett trying to get to 2-1 before conference play starts out. They are up 14-0 on the road at Cedar Ridge. Richmond up 14-7 against Rollsville, and UP up 6-0 on Eastern Randolph. How about that?
Oh, wow.
How about that?
Union Pines might be making a lunge towards the conference favorite this year. Still early next week. A lot of teams are on bye next week, early in the season for bye. Both Lee County and Southern Lee are on bye next week.
Well, yeah. So, since we don't have a Cape Fear Conference game to do, we are headed to
Northmore Chatham Central, correct?
That's right. A nice regional matchup there. Our friends at Chatham Central will be hosting us. It's always fun getting out there. And we used to talk about 1A football. Are they 2A now? I don't know. I have to look it up. Anyway,
don't ask
definitely
questions you
smaller
don't know
schools. Yeah, you're right. Oh, and a favorable spot yields a first down for Lee County. You got to love that. 7:50 to go in the third quarter. Lee County literally nursing a 3-0 lead.
If this game ends this way, I'm going to be just completely befuddled.
Well, there'll be some Jacket fans who are completely ecstatic. Lee County not a squad accustomed to being 0-2. Baldwin falls forward, gets a couple.
Yeah, the murmurs in town have really started to fly. I don't know if they're murmurs anymore. I think they might be yells.
Oh, I've had some speculative phone calls.
Yes, yes.
And my point back, let's take a beat and wait till conference play starts. I mean, this is a Lee County team, whether they're right or not, who I'm sure expects to go in and sweep the conference and go undefeated in conference play. And if that happens, none of this that's happened in the last couple of weeks matters.
Yep.
I personally felt at one point Harnett Central was a team to beat. I'm not sure that they're translating that into results, given the beating they took again at the hands of Overhills last week. In fact, they're down this week. 3rd and 1 here for the Jackets. 6.5 to go, third quarter.
Expect to see the ball in the running back's belly for a dive play here. And that's going to be a 55-yard.
The right tackle forgot the snap count. And, this is something else unique about this team relative to the last, I don't know, how many ever years. No clear number 2 at quarterback, and we haven't seen that since Colin Johnson was here and had a stranglehold on that job. I don't know that there's a whole lot of plan B. Aiden Poole, the outright, unequivocal quarterback for Lee County. And well-deserved. All right, Poole gets it out, got a man, and there it is, Graham. And that is a first down. Or Lincoln Smith, I'm sorry,
Yep,
Lincoln Smith on the reception.
Lincoln Smith, he had about a 10-yard out there, sat right at the sideline, caught that ball, stepped out of bounds. Great play call there for Lee County. The Jaguars were in a deep zone there. Looks like their cornerbacks were about 12 yards off the wide receivers. So great play call and adjustment there from Lee County to spot the opening and get the first down.
Somewhere, whether it's today or tomorrow when he watches the telecast, Coach Chalmers will be fussing about that because, that deep zone drives him nuts. Baldwin, good hard running up in the middle there. He'll get 6 on first down, 2nd and 4, 5.5 to go in the third quarter.
Lee County being very methodical. No real pace to them on this drive. Really waiting on the play call from coach. No urgency at this point. They definitely should not have any, so that's 100% the right methodology. But really working hard to control this clock.
All right, Poole hands again. Baldwin dances a little, then gets moving forward. He'll get a couple. Needed 4, got about half of that. 3rd and 2. So I got to say, not that 0-2 is the end of the world, but I like the response that I've seen from Lee County today. Looking across the way, everybody's engaged. Nobody's hanging their heads. They haven't pressed today. Nobody's trying to do too much. They're coming up playing jacket football. And I like what I see. We'll see if it, carries through to the end of the ball game. But one way or the other, I don't think there's any panic that I'm sensing from the players, unlike some of the residents of Lee County that are a little older. All right, 3rd and 2.
The biggest naysayers in towns are the dads.
Yes, sir. All right, Poole going to throw it down the field. This means, that means it was 4th down or 4-down territory. Randall had a step. Oh, no, here comes the punt team. I'm surprised by that. I think if you're going to air it out, I would expect you're going to go for it on 4th down. That's not the case. That was a low percentage 3rd down play. Oh, and they quick snap it. I thought we might see a fake, but no. Lee County going to play it straight up, straight out of 1968. Great punt. Roll dead at the 5. 46 yards on the kick. Nice roll, and just how you dial it up.
Really pinning back the Jaguar offense here. They got a long 95 yards to go.
Well, and Overhills hadn't done much to sustain a drive. And we saw, against Southern, they had some splash plays. They had some, they had the special teams play, but we didn't see Overhills just walk it down the field a whole lot. And Lee County playing pretty good defense.
I'd expect to see a pretty big rush on first down here from Lee County.
Chaz Osborne, number 5, haven't called his number yet tonight. I expect him to get in the book pretty quickly. That is right up the middle. Conservative play call by Overhills out of the shadow of their own goal post. Nathan, I can't remember the last time we played golf with one another, sir. It's got to be time, right?
I am in it to win it, baby. You tell me when.
Well, it is time. Obviously I had some some issues when I broke my leg, but I'm back out there. I played, 7 or 8 times here in the last couple months. And don't have, and that's a tough break for Overhills. He had a little bit of space out there. Threw the dump off to number 14, Keegan Rowe, and wrapped it up, did a good job to bring it in, but went to the ground, and the ball was spotted dead there, and a loss of a few will bring up 3rd and 12 from deep in their own end. No margin for error here for the Jaguars.
It's a tough place to be here.
It really is.
3rd and 12. Knocking on the door of a safety. Now that would be a wild turn of events.
5-0 would definitely not be a score that anyone would have predicted. All right, Valenzuela Sherman from the gun, drops, pressure, throws it out late. It's picked.
Number 19 on the pick. That's Dylan Jones on the interception and the pick 6 there for Lee County.
Jones didn't have to do anything except not drop it. He was there the whole way. Sherman, I think, maybe a little trouble seeing over the right side line. Never accounted for Jones. Hit Jones in the hands, and he took it to the house. About 15, call it 16 on the interception return, and Lee County now up 2 scores with 15 minutes to go in this ball game. And Overhill's been punched in the mouth here.
If the offense can't score, why not let defense have a turn?
Well, and if somebody suggested that they should have gone for it on 4th and 2, they obviously didn't know what they were talking about. Here going for 2, wrapped up and short. Not a heck of a lot of damage done there because you're still up 2 scores. 2:55 to go. Talk about the math there. 1 with the scoreboard and 2 with the reason that they took the snap instead of moving into a kick formation.
Moving into a kick formation really doesn't do you much good here. The Jaguars have shown that they're not really a PAT squad, so they'd have to have 2 touchdowns here or touchdown and 2-point. You might as well go for 2-point and try to make it an 11-point spread. It's really 6 or a half dozen. Really doesn't really equate to a whole lot. Lee County had a majority of their offensive line on the left hash, trying to play the numbers game, and they liked their odds, and the Jaguars read it, stopped it up pretty quick.
All right. 2:55 to go in the third quarter. 9-0 is your score.
This Overhills side of the stadium is awfully quiet except for a couple of parents who are voicing their displeasure.
I do have to say that this is a healthy group of students because some of these same students have been walking back and forth down this track since before the game started and have never stopped. They're just in perpetual motion. Not going to take a chance on the short kick in return. They're going to do it more traditionally. And good discipline on the coverage squad there for Lee County. Damian Prosser down there among a group of Jackets that wrangled that ball carrier. And Overhills with 80 yards to go. Got to figure it out quickly.
Got to figure it out. The kick return there was had by number 15, Clarence Taria. Was hoping to break it to the edge. The Yellow Jackets ate him up.
All right, so Overhills, who obviously came in with a plan, they were going to play Fielding at quarterback in the first half and Valenzuela Sherman in the second. I thought maybe they'd make a switch after the pick. They don't. GVS back out there. Both of these quarterbacks are juniors. I take that back. Fielding is a senior, but neither one of them had played or started a game before this year. So inexperienced quarterbacks, and they'll get better as the year goes on. GVS, a little confusion, hands it off, and a big hit back in the backfield.
Number 4, Cody Graham.
Cody Graham is having an excellent ball game.
I feel like we've called his name just about daggum every play tonight.
We really have. We really have.
Cody Graham coming in from that inside linebacker position. GVS back, quarterback. He's going to keep it
his own number. Ball's out. And the Jackets have got it. It's going the other way. 2:05 to go in the third quarter. A big splash play after a pick return for a touchdown. Lee County gets the fumble recovery deep in Overhills territory. And GVS, who took the bad end of that collision, is down on the field while they tend to him. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. My name is Rich Trogdon, and we are First Bank.
Passion, experience, diligence. From our headquarters in Sanford, we proudly serve clients throughout the Sandhills and across central North Carolina. Our firm offers a wide range of legal services beyond criminal and family law. Whether you need assistance with estate planning, contract disputes, or other legal matters, our knowledgeable team is here to provide reliable guidance and representation. Call us at 984-977-8390 or visit our website, deepervillawyers.com.
An hour ago, Theo airballed the game-winning shot. But at Zaxby's, he's dunking all over these fools. Zax sauce, bang. Tongue torch, boom. Hot honey mustard. My man's putting on a clinic.
Welcome to Dunk City.
And one, baby.
Thanks, baby. Dude. Babe, dude.
Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
All you do is win, 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 no matter what. We got you on our minds, we can never get enough. Every
Visit us at Sanford.com or call 1-855-461-9595. Classic Nissan Sanford.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. My name is Rich Trogdon, and we are First Bank.
Passion, experience, diligence. From our headquarters in Sanford, we proudly serve clients throughout the Sandhills and across central North Carolina. Our firm offers a wide range of legal services beyond criminal and family law. Whether you need assistance with estate planning, contract disputes, or other legal matters, our knowledgeable team is here to provide reliable guidance and representation. Call us at 984-977-8390 or visit our website, deepervillawyers.com.
Welcome back to Spring Lake. Kristen Lambert, Nathan Cochran on the call. And scary moment. All too familiar part of high school football, but it looks like everything is going to be all right. All right. And kind of hard to get refocused, but ball is set up at about the 29-yard line for Lee County. They're looking to go up by 3 scores here. There's the hand, and good job of escaping there. And steps out of another tackle. That's number 23. Zach Williams on the carry.
Zach Williams never went down there. They called him forward progress.
Good hard 6-yard run there. And like I suggested Overhills might, I'm not sure you're not going to see Lee County not just run until Overhills demonstrates they can stop this. Lee County doing a good job of running clock here. There's a toss to Williams. Ooh, big stick. It's got to be Frank on the stop, right?
I do believe that. No, that's number 30.
No, it is.
That's Frank.
It is Frank.
That's
yeah.
Arian Frank with that good open field tackle. That was about as textbook tackle as you will see in any level of football.
And I love it. Squared, kept his head up, wrapped up, drove through the ball carrier. He's 16 years old giving clinics on tackling out here.
Someone call Heads Up Football and send them the
Seriously.
tape. Put it on their highlight reel of the ways to do this.
This may be the last play of the third quarter. Poole looking over at the sideline. I think they're telling him to milk that clock. Inside 30 seconds now. Poole takes a snap. Hands, nowhere to go. Now he pulls it. Running. Well, 2 of the decisions there were great. The third, he probably should have gotten rid of that and saved some field position. And now, from very interesting field position.
Back judge is saying run the clock. There we go.
Lee County.
Definitely going to let this clock run out. Make a decision after the turn into the fourth quarter.
We're inside 10 seconds. They won't snap this. This is from 45. And obviously not a preference by Lee County to kick in that direction. They're going to let it run dead. Change ins, and they'll line up to do it again unless, somebody changes their mind. All right, you're watching the NFHS Game of the Week. Glad you're hanging out with us. It's a good ball game, 9-0. And Lee County looking to stretch that out to 12. We'll see if they're able to do it on the other side of the break.
An hour ago, Theo airballed the game-winning shot. But at Zaxby's, he's dunking all over these fools. Zax sauce, bang. Tongue torch, boom. Hot honey mustard. My man's putting on a clinic.
Welcome to Dunk City.
And one, baby.
Thanks, baby. Dude. Babe, dude.
Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
All right, welcome back to Spring Lake. Overhills looking to block this field goal and flip the field. Lee County, every indication is they're going to line up a kick field goal. on the first play of the fourth quarter, already up 9-0. You know, Nathan?
Yes, sir.
This is one of those, man, where I look at the math and I'm like, you know, you go up 12-0 if you hit this. Field goals at the high school level scare the mess out of me because it only takes one blown assignment to get one blocked. I don't think I'd have it in me up 9-0 with a quarter to play to kick this field goal.
I believe the way my defense is playing, I'd do a little squib kick and try to put it at the 5.
That's what I'm saying. Oof, he does get it out of there, and it is up, and I don't know a thing about football.
And it is good. Burrell from 45-yard line.
Might not have made it from 46, but he got it in there, and it is 12-0. And Lee County's feeling that. Burrell excited about that as well. He should be. I tell you, they almost got to it. He got it up high. That's the mistake that kickers make. And not the mistake, it's a necessity where they drive the ball low. Had he not gotten all that loft under it, could have been bad.
Could have been bad.
But it wasn't. And Lee County up 12-0. Got to love this.
That's a really hard thing for kickers, too, because you want to get enough trajectory to get it there. But, you know, especially when you see rushers coming, you try to kick it up more to evade them. And that obviously, on your X and Y axis, that obviously shortens your X axis.
Woo! Woo!
Watch out now. I took a math class once. I didn't pass it, but I took it.
I saw a TikTok the other day that said Isaac Newton invented calculus in less time than it takes for college math students to learn calculus. Think about that for a second.
Well, I sat in calculus classes for 3 years and passed every one of them, but I can't tell you what I learned.
Not a thing.
I learned how to regurgitate what they wanted long enough for me to pass the test, and then got out. If you ask me to do some calculus today, it's not in me.
Yeah, but think of all the cool things you can do. Not sure what the holdup is here. They adjusted the clock. They didn't run the clock during the extra point. Then they decided, or the field goal, and there's an onside kick. That's Lee County football. Man, oh man, what did we say earlier? Just when you least expect it. And the Don Simon special pulled out there.
I knew that was coming.
Lee County, buddy. Up 12-0 with 11.5 to go. Now they get a free possession here, and the wheels are coming off.
From an old football coach, I'm amazed they have not made that Tahoe move off the sideline yet. Because if they get a run to play that way, someone could go ding right into that thing.
Yeah, that Tahoe's not going to got much give to it. All right, Lee County ball. If things hold and Lee County, walks out of here with a clean W, do you think it does anything to dispel all of the yakking? Caught. What a catch. Caught it over his shoulder. Ball underthrown just a little bit. And a fantastic catch by Rodney Tucker. And Lee County is set up deep in Overhills territory. What a nice ball. Nice catch. And he did the veteran receiver move and got those hands up late. Didn't tip off the defender. I like that.
Great play there from Lee County. Jaguars have come down into a man press coverage with one safety over the top, and Lee County decided to try to expose it, and it worked out for him.
All right, there's Williams up the middle, and he'll be halfway to pay dirt.
Oh, we got a late flag coming in from the far side judge.
Nate, is it fair to say that these two schools have a reputation of perhaps more than their fair share of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties throughout a season?
I would never speculate on a certain team's percentage of unsportsmanlike penalties.
I'm not jumping on Overhills because Lee County has the same reputation. And that one's going to go into Overhills, and that's going to help the cause for Jacket Nation.
Sometimes when you play loose and fast, sometimes it's going to happen.
And this is one of those I never have understood the calculus here, that there was no first down on that, even though it's a 15-yard penalty. But because it's half the distance, it just doesn't make sense.
Just doesn't make sense. Overhills is going to take their first time out of the second half.
Probably a well-timed timeout there. They'll talk about it. Lee County will figure out what they can dial up. Last time they were down deep like this, they weren't able to punch it in. See what Coach Bordeaux dials up here. 11:07 to go in the ball game. Lee County up on Overhills, 12-0. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week.
All you do is win, 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 no matter what. We got you on our minds, we can never get enough. Every time you step into our building, everybody's hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. All you do is win, win, win. Put your hands in the air when you go there.
Visit us Sanford.com or call 1-855-461-9595. Classic Nissan Sanford.
All right, welcome back to Spring Lake, North Carolina. One of the fastest growing communities around. Is that still the case? I know it was at one point.
There's a lot more houses out here every time I drive by, I can tell you that.
I tell you what, man. Sometimes, oof, good job by that defensive front. The timeout, coach got them fired up there. You know, when you come the back way around Harnett County, it's like subdivision, 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 subdivision. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was there.
And not too many years ago when I was riding an activity bus to come and compete out here, Overhills was part of the original Cape Fear Valley Conference, dating myself there. It was farm field, farm field, farm field, school, back before the food line was even here.
All right, 3rd and 5 now for Lee County. That last field goal, I talked about the math. This one, if they don't convert here, would threw it over his head. Had a man wide open there, unable to connect. A little bit too much oomph on that over top of Lincoln Smith. Was never going to bring that in, and that brings up 4th down. So a good stand by Overhills to bow their backs there. 10:15 to go. They've stopped Lee County in their tracks, and he of the 45-yarder, Alex Burrell, on to attempt a much more straightforward 26-yarder this time. Overhills bringing the house. Low snap. It's up. Man, I don't believe they didn't get to it. Burrell, with a mile to spare, banks it off the scoreboard. You got to love that. 15-0, Lee County over Overhills. We'll take a quick break, be back with the kick.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. My name is Rich Trogdon, and we are First Bank.
All right, welcome back. Overhills got to make something happen quickly. Sputtering on offense all night. And, you know, it's funny because if you watched a cut-up of this game, Nate, I don't think you'd say that Lee County's played a dominant defensive game. There have been plenty of good gains. Overhills has looked the part, but they just haven't converted on 3rd down, haven't made plays when they've needed to. And the result is, with 10 minutes to go, Overhill's sitting on 0. Lee County's done just enough on offense, and they were assisted by a couple of turnovers, one of which was the pick taken back to the house.
The only touchdown of the night.
The only touchdown of the night. Good point. Burrell going to onside again and fielded this time cleanly. Good job on the return.
Number 44, Vendre Elliott, junior defensive end, putting the big boys up there with hands.
Well, and you know, the worst part of that is, you know, yep, I got to come up with it clean or I'm never going to hear the end of it. But I'm also about to get walloped. And he did. All right, Overhills No time to dilly-dally.
Great job by number 44, Elliott, there.
Fielding.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, my bad. Cyrus Fielding back in at quarterback. I don't think this was according to plan, but with the injury to GVS on the last series, no choice for Overhills but to go back. Oh, my goodness. Daniel Prince.
Golly.
My goodness.
Welcome to the show.
Deron Rogers, how do you do? Boy, Prince came clean off that edge and didn't miss.
I believe Fielding might have a nightmare about Mr. Prince tonight after that hit. Good gracious.
Well, that was Rogers took that.
That was Rogers.
Fielding had gotten rid of it by then, and I'm sure he's a little thankful. All right, Fielding drops and throws it high and late and unable to connect, looking for Jackson Foreman there, and it is 3rd and long. Threw it before Foreman came out of his break, and he didn't quite get his head around, get his hands on it. And it fell harmlessly to the turf. 3rd and 14 coming up. And Overhills does some things well on offense with regularity. Like we said earlier, not a great vertical team in so far as we've seen so far. But 9:02, not a whole lot of choice left. It's got to be 4-down territory, right?
Absolutely. Down 2 full possessions, you've got to go for it here.
All right. Lee County backs off, pressure with just 4. Fielding rolls, throws, and right past 3 Lee County defenders, unable to come up with the pick. But 4th and a mile coming up here for Overhills.
Through the hands of number 4, Cody Graham. Whitehat's blew his whistle and is coming out here looking
checking
at
the
something.
clock is what the issue is.
Looks like he's going to come over to one of the coaches to radio up to one of the crews in the top, tell them what time to put on it. I have a feeling.
Goodness, the punt team is coming out for Overhills. That is a shocking development. 8:50 to go, down 15. Overhills putting some confidence in that defense and not necessarily misplaced. Lee County hasn't sustained a whole lot on offense. They had the big play in the passing game. They had the return of the interception. So I guess Overhill's feeling confident that I'm trying to make sense of what the
Whitehat decided to keep the clock on the field.
So
clock operator's going to go get a Gatorade and a hot dog.
We will do our best to keep track. Ooh, Lee County almost got to that. It's a spinner. Good roll for Overhills, and that's going to roll dead right at about the 3-yard line. Fantastic job by the Overhills special teams, and this is going to be fun, Nathan. So 8 and something left, and now the White Hat has made an interesting decision that they're going to keep time on the field.
I will tell you, I don't think I have ever seen this in a high school football game.
No, nor have I. And I'm going to give love to the clock crew that if there had been issues with the clock tonight, I would put it as much on the crew as I would the officials. Not that I'm being critical of an official, but I'm just saying.
I don't think they've gotten it right as much as they've gotten it wrong tonight. So
that's a fair assessment, sir. So 15 minutes ago, or 8 minutes plus
There's
to go.
Your tunnel to Randall.
Randall, go! Oh my goodness! Oh, and they got behind the play, got flags. I think we're going to get a crack back.
Last man to beat, Zamir Graham, senior free safety.
Randall with some explosion there. I think we got a crack back on number 24 being the victim there. Let's see what we got. There we go. I'm not sure what the Superman's.
What is that? the Cam Newton coming in.
They've gone rogue, folks. They've gone rogue. I don't know what that was. I assume it was for a crackback. I'm gonna have to go.
I've also never seen that.
Somebody was guilty of a Superman there. And Poole from his own end zone now. That wipes out the big pass and run by Randall. And they are backed up. Don't want to make a big mistake here if you're Lee County. Overhills, man, I am really, really surprised we haven't seen more impact from this defensive front for Overhills. And there's a quick toss, and puts his head down. Ball carrier get out. I think that's Prosser on the carry. It is. He'll have it out across the 5. Another Jaguar slow to get up. D'Angelo Prince checking in to play a little offense. That's an interesting development. 2nd and 8 coming. And they, there we go. I think we need a stoppage here.
I'm so.
One of the Jaguar defenders in a little bit of distress. Came late, but they got it stopped and did the right thing. Got a replacement in. Out is Israel Daniel. In is Jaden Goldwire. Goldwire with the biggest offensive play, or biggest positive play probably in terms of yardage for the Jags tonight with that kick return that just about went to the house. All right, Poole in no hurry. Running clock. No idea what the clock actually says. We'll figure it out. Yeah, 13 years, I don't think I've ever seen a situation where it was intentionally no clock down there. I've seen power outages and all kinds of things. I don't know that I've ever seen a signal to shut the clock down. And frankly, Nathan, we've been doing this a long time. Yeah. We've seen some stuff with the clock operators. So, yeah, pretty low threshold for the white hat tonight.
I've seen hurricanes hitting where you lose power and the clock shuts off. I've never seen a white hat kill it, though. Oh, man.
All right. Big first down run there. Prosser with a great run around the left side. And just as quickly as he checked in, Prince checks out. I'm sure that his dad is going to be taking credit for that last play. Every time I get notes from Coach Prince, it's you need to mention those Prince boys more often. And I can respect that. All right, second and 2 coming up. And Lee County.
I tell you, as a father, I used to think those were quite irritating notes to get. And now that I'm a father, I get it 100%.
Not too many years. Not too many years. What high school class is your son?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. He's in first grade now. So 11.
I'm surprised you haven't worked it out.
11 years from now. I had him snapping yesterday in the yard, though. Shotgun snapping.
All right, Poole takes off. Tuck that thing away, young man.
Get out of bounds.
And no, stay in bounds. What are you talking about, man? Slide.
Yeah, my son and I were working on his center snaps yesterday. Had my wife take a picture, sent it to Steve Bordeaux, and he said, can't wait. Can't wait. He will be a Lee County Yellow Jacket as long as we don't move or a new high school is built.
Moms and dads, if you want your child to play college football, teach them to be a long snapper.
Yes. Yes. Send him to the Down and Dirty camp in Florida.
Yes, sir.
His sophomore and junior year. That's where you get picked up as a long snapper.
All right. Short gain on first down, maybe a half a yard. Second long, but Lee County not particularly pressed about that. They just want to run as much time as they can here. Nathan Cochran, if I'm being honest, I'm stunned by what I've seen tonight.
If you had told me 2 minutes before kickoff this ball game was winding down at a 15-0 ball game, Lee County, I don't believe I would have believed you. But nonetheless, this is where we're at tonight. Dangerous play, and we've got a flag.
Ooh, I don't know what that call is going to be, if it's targeting
or a face mask or a sideline warning. I'm not sure which one it might be.
I mean, big hit. It looked clean, although it was a big hit. I don't have an 80 in the book. Do our colleagues over on radio have an 80? They're not paying any attention to me.
We have a Lee County athlete down
We'll take a break. You're watching the NFHS Game of the Week. Glad you're hanging out with us. If you've stayed this long, give yourself a gold star. We'll see you at the conclusion on the other side of this break.
Passion, experience, diligence. From our headquarters in Sanford, we proudly serve clients throughout the Sandhills and across central North Carolina. Our firm offers a wide range of legal services beyond criminal and family law. Whether you need assistance with estate planning, contract disputes, or other legal matters, our knowledgeable team is here to provide reliable guidance and representation. Call us at 984-977-8390 or visit our website, deepervillawyers.com.
An hour ago, Theo airballed the game-winning shot. But at Zaxby's, he's dunking all over these fools. Zax sauce, bang. Tongue torch, boom. Hot honey mustard. My man's putting on a clinic.
Welcome to Dunk City.
And one, baby.
Thanks, baby. Dude. Babe, dude.
Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
All right, welcome back to Spring Lake. Overhills on the ropes here against Lee County. And Lee County with third down play coming up here, 3rd and 9. I want to take a peek into the future. You know, Overhills stepped into what looks an awful lot like the Conference Lee, Southern Lee, and Union Pines left last year. It doesn't get any easier for Overhills in this next run of games, does it?
This is a hard road to pave moving forward. There's a handoff to number 6.
Foster's going to get stood up, and they got a flag. Somebody's helmet came off. And I think this may be an instance where his helmet came off before he made the play, which is a wild rule and nearly impossible to coach, that you're supposed to check up when your helmet comes off. And I don't know what you're really supposed to do.
I think you just take that one on the chin and move on. I don't think you coach to let up ever. Now let's see what White Hats signals here.
I think that's illegal participation, which is the call, I think. Let's go to the interweb.
Yeah, I was about to say. ChatGPT, tell me what to do here.
$15 yards and a first down as a result, and this game has come to a grinding halt.
An illegal substitution or too many men on the field?
I don't think that's what he intended to signal, particularly since he marked off 15 yards.
And they would have blown the play. If there were too many men, he would have blown the play dead at the snap.
He wouldn't have been the official to call it anyway. It was Whitehead called that, and it would have been the back judge that would have called it. So I think what he was intending to signal was illegal participation. I'm going to need my color analyst to church me up because I didn't think that was a 15-yard penalty. I also didn't hear anybody blow that play dead. But I digress.
I'm as confused on this as you.
All right. Williams around the left side. Good gain. He'll have about 6 on the carry. Clock continues to run. And there, Overhill's going to use a timeout. So 2nd and 4 coming up.
No idea how much time is left.
No idea at all.
Not sure what we're calling penalties anymore. Not sure why they shut down the clock. I'm not sure what a Superman opening the shirt penalty is.
But we sure made a spectacle of calling out the clock operator, huh? Same. And I tell you what, this spot, it's it began being marked as 2nd and 3, and they're back, and now they've got it about 2nd and 6. They've just steadily moved that ball back farther and farther. It's kind of interesting.
See Bordeaux over there talking to the white hat, probably trying to get his head wrapped around what the world just happened in the last 10 minutes.
Well, I think on balance it favored the Jacket, so he's probably not complaining too much. Let's take a look around the state, see what we got update-wise.
Great game last night to start off the NFL season.
So they say.
The age-old rivalry of the Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys. I tell you, C.D. Lamb makes a couple of catches. I think Dallas could have won that. Jaden Carter with a very controversial sharing of saliva prior to the first offensive snap of the season for the Cowboys.
Trying to spread the love, buddy.
COVID no longer exists in that world.
Smithfield-Selma was up early against Harnett Central in third quarter. Now Harnett Central's crept ahead 17-16. Middle Creek down 3 touchdowns as Garner at home hosting Middle Creek is up 34-14. Davie County up late against Pinecrest, still 10-7 in that ball game. Scotland and Ashley, that's a good game. Ashley at home only down a point, 20-19. Scotland trying to get to 2-1 on the season. Princeton opening it up a little bit against Seaforth, and that's a Lee County first down, by the way.
That was Williams on the carry for Lee County.
Apex Friendship, kind of like they did to Lee County, jumped out to a big lead against Southern Lee's. Southern Lee's stopped the bleeding, but that's still a 34-7 game. Western Harnett, sir. Western Harnett out there going to 2-1.
2-1?
28-0 at Cedar Ridge. Woo! Roseville still up on Richmond, 17-14, and UP up 2 touchdowns at halftime against Eastern Randolph, 20-7. Boy, there's some folks in Lee County got their eye on that game, don't they?
When was there the last time that Western Hornets started off a season 2-1?
You're going to have me on Max Preps all weekend, buddy.
I don't know if it goes back that far.
All right, Williams, good, big, strong running, has about 9. Going to be close to a first down there.
I like this Williams.
They're going to go ahead and give him the first down. I think that was a favorable spot if the previous one wasn't. And has just enough. First down, Lee County. And they are resetting at the 25-yard line. And now another Overhills timeout. Well, I tell you, I stopped by to see Jerry Chalmers yesterday to talk about expectations, what we had seen, what we expected. I won't go into great depth except to say that it wasn't this.
'Twas not this.
Lee County got to be excited about this get-back win, and they go in with some momentum into conference play. Now, as a coach, speak to the merits. Are you excited to have this bye week now, or would you much rather have it later in the season? If you get it out of the way now early, does it not disrupt you later? Talk about that.
I always preferred to have a bye week going towards the latter part of the season. At this point, they're going to have 3 weeks of football, then they're going to have a week off, and then they're going to have a run after that of 7 weeks in a row of football games going into a hopeful state playoff run for both of these squads. And it's hard. As you get later on in the season, injuries start getting compounded. It also gets colder. Sometimes I always enjoyed having that bye week about week 8, week 7. Give you time to get all the kids back, get them through the black and blue clinics, get them kind of rested up. You have a short week of practice, and that bye week, usually practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe half a day on Thursday. Go to the house, let everyone get healthy. So I was never a huge fan of having it early. One of the perks of having it early, if things have gone really bad, it gives you a week to sit there and grind out and try to make some progress leading into conference play. So there's an argument that can be made for both sides. I always preferred it late for more or less the health of the kids. But nonetheless, that's why I was only an athletic director for a semester, and they chose not to bring me back. So here we are.
Lee County in victory formation. again, we don't know exactly how much time is left on the clock because the clock has been shut down. And it's top secret information as to exactly how much time is left in the game. But Lee County going to get out of here, looks like, with a 15-0 shutout. And you know, shutouts used to be a signature of Lee County preseason football, or non-conference football, as it were. After the rough start, Lee County, a lot to be happy about. They've still got to get this offense untracked. I think they'd like to be a little bit more vertical. The run game, I think we saw solidified against a really good Overhills front, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed with Coach Bordeaux and the game plan. I'm impressed with Coach Santiago and the execution by the offensive line. And for all the folks that were panicking back in Sanford, relax.
Calm it down for another 2 weeks.
It's going to be all right. And, you know, Lee County, again, back in a conference where they expect to run the table. There's going to be some squads that have something to say about that, but this is not Pinecrest, Scotland, Richmond in back-to-back-to-back weeks. You know, they're playing against schools that you know, there should be. I love this conference for its level of competition. I think it's going to be a great conference, and I hope it's more what it looks like moving forward than what we had here for the last couple years. So, with all that said, 15-0 is your final count from Spring Lake. Lee County over Overhills. Overhills, you know, don't panic either because you got a good ball club here. Some bad breaks, couldn't get out of your own way. They get Scotland next week, so they better get right and got to go all the way to Scotland from here. Ooh. Oh, my God.
That's a haul.
Man, we complained about it going from Sanford. I didn't even think about that. Goodness gracious. All right, they got a road to travel. Lee County, going into the bye week, gets a W, a good W. And, you know, his friendship keeps stretching it out. Maybe that friendship loss doesn't look so bad after all. So, hey, things are looking up for the Jackets. And I think some renewed excitement will be reverberating through the town. We'll see how it goes. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the post-game wrap-up. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you in just a minute.
Kind of already did the post-game wrap-up.
Yeah, I know.
Game-winning shot.
But we didn't get in the shot. I'll give us one ad and come back, and we'll be out of here.
Kind of shot your wad early on that.
Tongue torch, boom. Hot honey mustard. My man's putting on a clinic.
Welcome to Dunk City.
And one, baby.
God, thanks, baby.
Oh, buddy.
Dude.
Oh, I got to get
5, 4,
Who's got the
3,
sauce?
2.
All right, welcome back to Overhills High School here in Spring Lake, North Carolina. Yellow Jackets come on the road after a really rough first 2 weeks of the season. They come in here and get well a little bit. A tough Overhills team. You know, a lot of panic going on in Sanford about the state of Lee County football, and in particular, I'm just going to call it out. I mean, people were talking about, oh, you know, Aiden, he's running for his life. He you know, looks like he's panicking. Well, yeah, when you're running for your life, it's hard to look good. I thought Poole looked great tonight. I think the running game with that whole group of runners, everybody did damage tonight. We saw Williams late. Prosser had a good game. Baldwin did what he needed to do. And I think it all boils down to Carlos Santiago and that offensive line up front. They got it done tonight against a really, really good Overhills front. And if that's sort of, you know, what the rest of the season is going to look like in terms of execution, Lee County is going to be fun to watch.
Absolutely. I got to say I was very impressed with the offensive line play of Lee County tonight. I was watching them in warm-ups, and I was like, golly, here it is. But great execution tonight from Overhills. Overhills never threw a lot of variation in their defense against Lee County. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to seeing in the next Lee County game is, does a team come in and start bringing in some stunts, some slants, some different blitz patterns, you're looping guys, see if they can pick that up. But overall, tonight in man-up football, they did a great job. So, and our cameraman's falling down the ladder. Glad he's okay. But overall, I think a good night for Lee County. No offensive touchdown for the night, so definitely need to still get that going. I don't think that it was Lee County wasn't moving the ball, though. I felt like they were moving the ball pretty well, just kind of got hemmed up there at the end zone.
You got to do
a couple times.
And I think, you know, we talked about their ability to neutralize that Overhills front. When it got down close to the goal line, Overhills bowed their back and they just weren't moving.
Yep.
I'm going to say defensive player of the game, a lot of guys to choose from. I'm going to go with Daniel Prince.
Of course.
Offensively, what do you got?
I'm going front five. I'm giving it to all of them. Front five.
I love it.
This was the best game of the year we've seen from the Lee County front five. Now, I'm biased. I used to coach offensive line.
No, I get it, man.
But overall, this was the best showing I've seen from them so far this year. And I'll tell you, I had not seen Williams run the ball until tonight, and I thought he was spectacular. So I'm looking forward to seeing him continue to get some more carries throughout the season. And Aiden Poole, who's someone who I have not been incredibly high on throughout the summer and into the early season, I thought he looked great tonight. You take his one overthrown here in the end zone. Overall, I thought he played a very good game, made a lot of high completion, high percentage passes, did a good job, still trying to work out getting the ball out when he's scrambling. But overall, I thought Poole, this is by far the best night of the season so far for Poole. So, but I'd still give it to the front five.
I'm going to make a prediction for you. I want you to think about this for a second.
I'm ready.
I think that by the time we get to the end of this football season, collectively, with the two quarterbacks at the Lee County schools, this will be the best duo of quarterbacks we've seen.
Okay.
Just telling you.
Okay.
That's my prediction. I like what I saw from Aiden Poole. We've known what kind of arm talent Poole has for a long time. We get to see it as his job now, unquestionably. And over at Southern, Ben Harrington, that young man could be special.
Absolutely.
So we'll see. Offensive line, the front five gets the player of the game. Defensively, we're going with Daniel Prince.
Yep.
We will be at Chatham Central next week as they host Northmore. I'm fired up about that. I love small school football. So fun when they got 17 people dressed for the game. It's fantastic. It'll be a blast. We'll be there. Hope you guys hang out with us. And then we come back. I don't even know which game we got coming back out of the bye. All of our regular schools, Union Pines, Southern, and Lee County, are off next week, which is a weird scheduling.
We have Triton at Lee County on the 19th.
Yeah.
Time to get into conference play.
Oh, yeah. I love it. People keep asking me about who the conference is. I keep forgetting Triton. But Triton's always fun.
Triton's always a fun one to play.
All right, hey, I'm Nate.
I'm Nate. I'm Nathan Cochran. This is Krista Lambert. This has been the Classic Nissan postgame show. It's always my pleasure to be here with you, my friend. Thank you to all of our viewers at home who've hung out with us tonight on this quick varsity football game. I'm going to make it home and be able to have plenty of time to watch high school OT tonight. But thank you all for watching us again. This has been the Classic Nissan postgame show. We will see you all next week at Chatham Central.
Peace.
All you do is win, 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 no matter what. We got you on our mind, we can never get enough. Every time you step into our building, everybody's hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. All you do is win, win, win. Put your hands in the air when you go there.
Visit Sanford.com or call 1-855-461-9595. Classic Nissan Sanford.